Hi, this is Makona Spokane, the leader and the founder of the Young Men Empowerment Forum. I want to deal with a very important topic for you as a young man. I want to speak about indicators of maturity. Indicators of maturity. And allow me to start part one of this topic today. And I want to start by saying that it is very, very crucial for you as a young man to pursue maturity and to become matured. It is very important because if you don't mature, there are things that you may not achieve in your life by lacking maturity. And you may find that there are other things that you cannot actually be able to succeed in doing them if you're not matured. Things like relating with people, things like keeping relationships as well. Because it's very important that you look at it and say, there are things that are just very impossible when you're not matured. Now, as a young man, it's very important that maturity becomes prioritized. And as we deal with part one of this topic today, I want to urge you, I want to encourage you as a young man to prioritize maturity and check yourself and say, am I matured enough? And this is the reason why I want to bring upon the indicators of maturity, because that will show you if you're maturing, if you are matured or you're not matured at all. And therefore, it will actually assist you, therefore, to rise up into maturity and becoming a better person. The first thing that I want to bring about that will show a sign of maturity in you, some indication of maturity in you, is that small talks no longer excite you. When you are maturing or you are matured, you're not excited about small talks anymore. What are small talks? Small talks are the gossips, little gossips that people bring around to you. The gossips that people take around to tell people. And things that people come and talk about other people. Those are the small talks. And they don't entertain you anymore when you are matured. Or when you are maturing, you'll start realizing that you're losing interest in small talks. You are losing interest in people that are bringing news to you. Because the person that's matured understands that everybody in this life has got mistakes. So therefore, the mistakes of others cannot be celebrated. So if somebody is bringing some news about the mistake of someone, it doesn't excite you anymore, because as a matured person, you realize that anyone can do a mistake. And the very same mistake that somebody is laughing about may be actually done by you tomorrow. You may be the one who has done that mistake. So therefore, small talks don't excite you anymore when you are matured. And when we speak about small talks, we're speaking about those things of finding out about people's lives and investigating about people's lives and inquisitive about how other people are doing. Those are small talks. When somebody is coming and talking about other people, their progress and their failures, and that's small talks. And those are type of things. And small talks also may talk about situations whereby somebody is provoking you. Somebody actually provokes you to anger or to do something bad and so on. But because it's a small talk, it doesn't interest you anymore. You don't actually fall into the trap of reacting to things like that. That's what we call maturity. Now, when you are getting matured, you'll start to see that small talks don't interest you anymore. You're not excited, actually, when people are actually chitty-chatting about things and gossiping about other people. When people are telling you about the weaknesses of others and also successes of others, that doesn't excite you, because you're not interested in people telling you news about other people. And that's the small talks that we're talking about. Now, that is an indication that you are maturing as a young man. And please make sure that you start jumping into this and make sure that you're not so much interested in small talks, because small talks can delay your life. Small talks can destroy you as well, because sometimes when you've spoken about other people, when people know that you are part of the people that were gossiping about them, it actually causes conflicts and you become part of conflict. So therefore, please be careful as a young man, as you mature, that you don't find yourself in crossfire of conflict that has been caused by small talks that has been brought to you. Now, secondly, sleep is better than a Friday night outing for somebody who's maturing. I'm speaking about people that are going for parties. I'm talking about people that are going to shebeens and nightclubs. Friends that want to entertain themselves the whole night, forgetting that there are other things that needs to be attended to. Remember that what is very important in your life is time. And the greatest gift that God has given us is time. Now, how you spend your time determines how you become in future. How you spend your time determines whether you become successful or a failure in life. Now, people that are maturing start cherishing time. They start respecting and honoring time. And when they start to honor time, they start to therefore care about time, that they are able to say no to friends when friends are inviting them to overnight entertainment. Now, people start to understand when you are matured that you cannot entertain yourself all the time. You must realize that there are times when you need to work. There are times when you need to be doing some work, whether it's reading or studying. And as a young man, I must remind you that you might be studying as I speak right now. You might be in high school, primary school. You might be in a university level as well. And some of you have just passed matric and going to enter into university this year. And I want to speak to you as well, that when you are maturing, a sign of maturity is that even at university, you will also choose, you'll even choose to sleep on a Friday night while everybody else is going to dance the whole night. You will choose to read while others are going to celebrate and dance the whole night. Now, this is very important because you will prioritize your things and your programs and make sure that you do that which is important only. And actually avoid going nights out all the time, because that's not going to help you. I've seen people that are in institutions of learning, like universities, for instance, but they're behaving like they didn't come to study there. They're behaving like they came for entertainment there. And I want to urge you as a young man, some of you, as I said, that are still planning to go for university this year, please be careful of the type of friends that you meet and the type of friends that you hang around with at the university. Because these are the type of people that will call and invite you for all-night booking on Friday. And they will make sure that you go and dance the whole night. But if you are maturing, rather say no to them and choose to sleep rather than going and dance the whole night. Now, I want to also emphasize that you are avoiding danger by being able to say no to the all-night dancing and saving your life and saving your skin by sleeping at least. Because in those places that people are dancing the whole night, in the shebeens, in the nightclubs, they are the very same places where people step each other to death, where people shoot each other, where people fight and cause conflicts in those places. And I'm sure you know very well of people that got injured on a Friday night in a shebeen. And that happens more frequently and more often. Now, you're protecting yourself by not going out on a Friday night, rather choose to sleep. And that's very key. Now, that's a sign of maturity, when you are now able to say no to your friends. Now, I want to emphasize that an adult or a matured person is having ability to say no. Is ability to say, I cannot. Ability to say, I'm not going. Ability to say, I cannot do that. And that's very important, that as a young man, you learn to develop maturity by being able to stop going out on Friday just for the sake of pleasing your friends. And this is very key, and I want to emphasize that. It's very important that you take care of your own program, which is progressive for your life, which is the program that will bring success to your life. You're not going to go because of peer pressure. You're not going to go because your friends are going out and you're going out with them. So maturity shows when you are able to say no. Maturity shows when you are saying, I'm not going to do things for the sake of pleasing my friends. That's maturity. And I want to emphasize that you need to mature as a young man and be able to say no, be able to say I'm not going, be able to say I want to protect myself and I want to shun myself from going out. So please, rather sleep than going out on a Friday night because you've been pressurized by friends. And I want to end up here today, and I hope you've learned quite a bit as a young man. This was part one of this great topic, indicators of maturity in your life. I'm going to deal with part 2 tomorrow. Please join us as we deal with part 2 tomorrow. May the good Lord bless you. And cheers for now.